Work is life, life is work, Nitesh. Nitesh, work is life, life is work.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How many of you are doing job? Please raise your hand. I see majority of people are doing job here. Some years ago, I was an intern at a CA firm, and as an intern, I had to manage my studies along with my work. And let me tell you, there's nothing worse than managing studies along with your work. My office timings were 10 to 7, but my boss used to come at 2 and leaves by 10. And he made sure all the interns were living with him. Whenever I ask my boss, sir, can I go home? He always says, Nitish, what you will do after going home? You don't have kids, you are not married, even your parents are at your hometown. At that moment I thought, I should get married immediately. But you know, child marriage was banned that time. Otherwise I would have kids by now. If you are punctual, which means if you are coming office at time and leaving by time, people will laugh at you. And if you are not, they complain about it. One of my colleagues told my manager, sir, this company doesn't have work-life balance. I want to go home in time. Then my manager told her, you know, Kavita, if you want to grow in your career, you should feel like work is life and life is work. Especially in this era of internet, while we are connected with our loved ones, we can talk to anyone, anytime. And when I was of your age, I used to write letters to my parents to communicate with them and waited weeks for their replies. It was 6 days working in a week. And on one Sunday, our HR organized a motivational session. I was bored going to office every day. I bet if you see Niagara Falls 5 times in a row, on the 6th time, you will feel like it's just water falling from the top. And finally, the motivational session was on. Everybody with their sleepy head came to office. And I noticed nobody said good morning. The budget of the session was around 5 lakh rupees. I thought in my mind, maybe the distribution of budget amongst employees will motivate more than just the voice modulation. And by the end of the session, I was too motivated that I quit my job. Then the wonderful phase of my life came. Those 3 magical words. You know, guess what? Work from home. I was having a great life. I was taking my afternoon naps in the morning. But one fine day, I realized I was becoming too lazy. My health was deteriorating. I was becoming unproductive. Then I decided to switch my career to the most pressurizing job, which is investment banking. I am giving my 100% here. But one day, I remember flipping over my laptop at home for a work-related email. Then my mother came. While I was typing the mail, my mother came and asked, son, how old are you? I didn't know where was this going. Then I said, why? I am 23. Then she said, at what age did I have you, son? Then I realized where this was going. And then she immediately told, at your age, I had you and your father wasn't too much older. But one thing we both always did was never bring work home. You brought us so much joy that we decided to leave our work at the workplace. But then I asked her, didn't work suffer because you did this? Then she said, your father is one of the most productive men I have ever seen. I didn't know what he was doing at work. But one thing, he always makes sure that at home he always with us, and while at work he always worked. Hence, never bring work home, everything will balance itself. Work-life balance is a very vast topic. It's different for different kind of people. For example, some people are going 6 days in office and they're only getting 1 day for holiday, and still they are able to manage their personal life. Whereas on the other hand, people are getting permanent work from home and they complain about their life. Another example is that one guy was complaining about his life that he is not getting enough time for his family. He is having very bad work culture in the office. Then his employer doubled his salary, and immediately he feels like he is having the best work-life balance in the whole company. Hence, if you love your work, if you're passionate about it, you don't feel working anymore. It will become your lifestyle. With this, I would like to conclude the session. Over to you.